And welcome back. This is episode 71 of CrossCode. We are going to finally go north and figure out what the deal with Sapphire Ridge is. I think I did pretty well for myself here, farming for precious stones and getting better equipment. So this is what I finally decided on. This is the Serene Bubble. Got the Radiant Bracer, got the Meister Gloves, got Life Fiber Uniform, got Artillery Boots. Higher level, I am going to miss the old boots I used to have, which included... Wait a second. No, I don't want to be in the Dream Pond. Gonna miss the old boots I have that allowed me to eat food without being interrupted by damage. That's gonna be rough, but this has way better stats. I need to go with the better stats once you're like 10 levels higher. Is this another secluded location? Looks pretty secluded. Oh no, did my pet leave me too? Hey, come on little pet. He's like not coming with me past that point. Aw, that's so sad. Is that supposed to happen, or is that a bug? Now that I think about it, Satoshi did mention an unused location within Sapphire Ridge back then. He must have been talking about this place. Yeah, the pet keeps spawning on screens with me, but then not following me anymore. I did turn off the hat just because... Wait, does this mean he actually used this place in the end? Just how did he manage to hide it from instantainment? Yeah, I have a thing with, like, not wanting to have, like, what I consider, like, non-canon skins on. So far, this place is absolutely abandoned. Please do not let this be a dead end. Okay, now the little guy's following me. Yeah, for, like, important events, I feel weird doing, like, the big endgame stuff with a hat on, with, like, a Santa hat on. Oh boy, I knew this showdown was coming. Shizuka. Hello again. Hi. Still kicking, I see. Did you just forget everything I told you? Oh, that's just wonderful. So this bot is fully aware of itself and it doesn't even matter anymore? And then you simply escape your prison? Re-enter the playground? Just strolling around with my memories. Like they're yours to freely use? Can somebody please just delete you already? Oh, how I'd love to just rip your head off. But what doesn't even matter in this cursed simulation? If only I knew the machine you're running on. I'd gladly crush those circuits myself. Sorry? Don't you dare just sorry me like that. I can't talk. What do you want from me, Shizuka? I know exactly why you are here. You plan to see him, and I won't let you. Why? You have no right to see him. You have no right to exist. All you should do is disappear. But since you won't do that, I will fight you. Right here, right now. As long as it takes you to give up. Ooh. Okay, we're doing like a PvP, and I accidentally got a really good counter there. That was cool. Okay, and you're back into ice mode. Okay, so I've learned that it's kind of useless to attack at range during a PvP thing, because they will just dodge everything and not even care. Oh, okay, well, I'm glad I was in fire mode for that. Okay, I'm trying to stay in their element now until I get a good opening. Okay. I've definitely gotten better at this. Still warming up. Oh. Okay, that hurts, but... Oh, all that. I guess it's not that much. Do I? Yeah, I think I have Pin Body as part of this set. I don't want to say it out loud and jinx it, but, like, I am so proud of how I'm doing right now. Okay. The problem is we look so much alike, I keep losing track between the two of us. It helps that she uses a lot of the same moves on the circuit as I like to use, so I, like, know what to expect when I start seeing them. Cool. Okay. Doing good. Don't let it get to your head. I was just testing you. Okay. What are you using right now? Ice? Okay, she's definitely had the advantage in this round so far, but I could do better. Whoa! Big tank. Okay, that was... I actually didn't take a lot of damage from that, though. Am I, like, over-leveled for this encounter? Gotta love the health steal from that move. Okay. Alright. She also has health regen, so if I take too long, we'll kind of just both keep... Oh! Can't touch this. Perfect guard 200 times. Cool. That's not what I meant to do at all. She like counters my level 3 with that too. Like, good on her. Yeah, I do a little bit of like chip damage when I block. Curse you! I like get why she would be mad. It's just Lee is not the person she deserves. Who deserves Shizuka taking this out on, but like having Shizuka like having her memories kind of taken and given to something else without her consent is super messed up. But like now that I'm here, it's like not my fault, girl. Okay, this round is kind of going nowhere fast. Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, is the camera following me or her? I guess it's following both of us, like Super Smash Bros. Style. Okay, that was way too slow of a move to try there. This round is going very slowly. Yeah, I got a lot of damage there just by, like, blocking that one super. get some health back with that. Oh, okay. Nope, don't get... Oh, I got crammed in the corner there. Okay. That was bad. Okay, that was a pretty close round there. What is even your point? This is going better than any of my matches against Apollo have gone. Yeah, that's not gonna freaking hit. Okay. Oh boy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no. I could even see how that was gonna bounce too. Oh, and I was taking that as a weakness. Oh, I actually caught her with that one. Oh, with that counter, that was so good. Nice! Oh man, that was a 5v0. We're not done yet. Just because you won doesn't mean I'll let you proceed. Next duel! Oh, are you just gonna keep this going? She did say until I give up, because... Yeah, this is another case of, like... the, like, rules of the MMO being, like, used to their advantage, because I guess she could just keep challenging me to these things. And, like, there's no way for me to decline them, so she can, like, keep me here forever, even if she keeps losing. She doesn't lose anything from it. She can just take my time until I give up, as she says. So maybe I don't need to win these. Maybe the whole point is that I'm going to, like, keep going until I've persevered enough times that she, like, gets worn out. Maybe she'll, like... Will we, like, start to see eye to eye eventually? The most fun part about this, though, is all the, like, matching elements against each other. Okay, that's an overload, which is bad for me. Oh, maybe I should have just, like, taken that on the chin and let the, like, chip damage hit her. Take that, like, with my shield. Oh, man, look at that. That's so good. Yes? No, it's nothing. How do you know? Fine. You can enter. Whew, defeat Shizuka in old hideout at least once. Okay, at least once. So apparently I could have, like, lost all of those, it seems like, and the story would have continued. But I lost none of them. This way. Cool. Yeah, I remember this area vaguely. Once again, Lee does not want to ruin the Zen Garden. Okay. Getting too curious. He's waiting inside. Hi? Is that... It really happened. Satoshi! Finally, we found you! Aw, Sergey looks so happy to see him. Lee, you're here. Does that mean... is he with you as well? Alright, this way, please. Make sure he can read the number of this device. It's possible to connect to it using an IDN client. Oh, just make sure to look closely at the number, Lee. Alright, one moment, please. Satoshi, I am so glad to see you again. Same for me. It has been so long. Sergey? Is that you? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but before we continue, let me start a little program. Whoa. Alright, let's stay close and talk quietly. Oh, he's basically masking this conversation from bugs by making a bunch of other chatter around it. This room is being monitored. Having this noise around us should sufficiently mess with the protocol. At least for some time. I see. Well then, allow me to get straight to the point. Sergey, you should already know about avatars. Is Lee aware about herself as well? Yes, she is. Good. This will make things much easier. Lee, let me start by saying that you are, in fact, the very first functional avatar. Minus a few remaining technical issues, like your malfunctioning speech module. Why? Wait, so I didn't imagine it? You can talk? Partially. I have hard-coded a few words into her module. I wasn't even aware that was an option. You always manage to surprise me, Sergey. It is nothing. Please, go on. Right. Let me tell you what happened after Gotham, Shizuka, and I left Instatainment. Despite countless attempts, we failed to convince Instatainment to support our research. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited after 70 episodes to finally be understanding what's going on with this guy. It was in that hopeless moment that we met a certain person. Mr. Benedict Sidwell. That's the name he gave us, at least. We never met him in person and knew very little about him. Yet he believed in our vision and offered his support. And indeed, with his help we continued our research on avatars. He provided us with everything we need. Technical equipment, confidential specifications, and most of all, a whole lot of Mountain Dew. A test environment within the playground. We managed to continue our research within Crossworlds. Instatainment never interfered. To this day, I don't know how he did it. Things started within this small area of Sapphire Ridge. However, over time we realized that a larger testing area was required for effective research. And that's how we ended up in Vermilion Wasteland. A discontinued extension to the playground. Yes, and I think as we've more or less confirmed, all the people trapped there are actually avatars, at various states of awareness. Mr. Sidwell made it ours for research. We call it Avatar Ground. The new location wasn't the most appealing, but it certainly helped with our research. It didn't take us long to reach our first major milestone. Our first avatar, Lee, was born, derived from Shizuka's avatar. Back then, things were going rather well. We made so much progress. It was exciting. Following prototypes have proven to be almost feature complete. It was at that point that a long-lingering question started to emerge. What exactly should we do with those avatars? Yeah, you spent so much time asking if you could, you didn't ask if you should. What purpose this serves. Around that time, Mr. Sidwell made requests for additional features. He wanted to know if we could extract memories from avatars. The memories of the original players. Hence, his original intent became clear to us. He made us develop a system to gather intelligence from players of Crossworlds. The method works on any player of Crossworlds. Ah yeah, the CrossCode. First, we apply a custom CrossCode to the target player, overriding the original. Just after a short learning phase, we decouple it again. From then on, the modified CrossCode can be run autonomously. The avatar is born, and that's like the other version of a Lucas that we've met, is one of those kind of autonomously running CrossCodes. In order to fully regain their memory, the avatar needs to spend some time within the avatar ground, and as soon as this is complete, we gather the intelligence. It turns out you can't simply extract their memory, but of course you can interrogate an avatar just like any person. Interrogate them with virtually no restraints on the technique. Yeah, that's where it's kind of screwed up, man. The method worked. We managed to collect highly confidential information in secret without leaving any trace. Of course, once we discovered what kind of business we'd ended up in, we started to protest. Okay, so Satoshi's against that too. That's good. We never intended avatars to be used in that manner. We were ready to drop everything. However, it was too late for that. We'd broken several agreements with our ex-employer. That's why we've been reluctant to report anything to the authorities. And even when we considered doing that, Mr. Sidwell managed to blackmail us into submission. His intention was clear. If any of us tried to leave, our days would be numbered. So is that what's going on with Gotham? Did Gotham actually retreat into the playground? Well, not that it mattered to me. Do you mean your heart disease? Please do not tell me. I'm sorry. The Satoshi you knew died 2 years ago. Standing in front of you is the avatar of Satoshi. Aw. No. I myself created this copy as an offer to Mr. Sidwell, so I could continue to serve him. In return, I wanted him to let Shizuka go. I was naive to ever think he'd fulfill his end of the agreement. Okay, so that's what's happening at the very beginning of the game. It's Shizuka trying to get to Satoshi before he finishes his own avatar. And the voice must have been Sidwell saying like, oh, well, let him do this. He wants to do it. I cannot believe this. Don't feel sorry, Sergei. Nothing could have been done about my disease anyway. Becoming an avatar was the only option for me to stay in this world. We need to switch rooms now, otherwise the masking will lose its effect. Follow me. So I've thought about this a lot with things like, Satoshi. Things like there's a Joss Whedon show called Dollhouse that came out in, like, the early 2000s, which got into stuff like this. But the thing is, like, the copy... A system to extract information from players. This is unbelievable. So, like, Satoshi is dead. If you made a copy of yourself, it's not like you'd be allowing yourself to live forever. You'd be creating somebody just like you who has access to your memories who will live forever. But Satoshi still experienced death. The person who made that program then died of heart disease. He experienced that. Like, there's no way to actually make yourself immortal with this. You could just make immortal copies of yourself. And they may be, like, valid people themselves and immortal. It's just you can't, like, stop yourself from dying. Kind of breaks the atmosphere, doesn't it? We're not here to have a good time, Shizuka. So, you're now an Avatar. Yeah, I guess, like, Shizuka must have a really strained relationship with this copy of Satoshi then, too. Can you move around freely in the playground? No. These days I am confined within this building. That is also why I know little of what is happening outside. Are you aware that Lee has been in Avatar ground again recently? I suspected it from some protocol readings I had access to. I suppose they tried to drag Lee back into it? Yes. And once she was there, they could effectively track our connection. They almost managed to locate me. Okay, so it's not Instatainment themselves, but Sidwell and his people. So they had some access to tracking Lee in the playground, but they didn't have, like, all of Instatainment's resources, so it's not like they could find me no matter what. It was only if I did certain things to draw attention to myself. Like, for instance, entering into a raid. That means Sidwell is already fully aware of your actions. This is troublesome. Something else, I wonder. How did Lee learn the truth about herself? You do not know? Your little sister paid us a visit. You did? She confronted Lee with the truth, very abruptly. Not again. I don't see the problem. I merely told her the truth. You know full well what consequences your actions could have had. Well, it happened. We can't change it now. I'm glad that Lee was strong enough to overcome it this time around. I mean, Shizuka was trying to, like, existentially murder us when she told us that. Yes, congratulations, Lee. We're also very proud of you. Shizuka, stop acting like a child. Excuse me? You never stopped acting like a freak. Only caring for your dear little AI sister. Enough already! Look, I know you have your issues with Lee. But you need to understand one thing. She is our best chance to get out of this mess. Both of us. What do you mean? It's thanks to her that we got in contact with Sergei. This also must be really weird for Shizuka, because if this is now, like, an AI copy of her original brother, but is still, like, has all the memories, unlike Lee, who didn't have all of Shizuka's memories. But if this is, like, her brother, and that already must feel really complicated, Shizuka must feel, like, low-key, like, replaced with Lee a little bit, because Lee is then kind of, like, Satoshi's AI sister, and now, like, in a way, they're more alike than Satoshi is like Shizuka, maybe in her mind. The psychology of this is really fun to unwrap. Also, I like how Sergei is kind of, like, sitting in a crisscross applesauce style there and floating. It's thanks to her that we got in contact with Sergei. Not only that, but she's the only one who could reach the Avatar server. Why is now the first time I hear of this? I couldn't share this with you or anybody else. We're all being monitored. It would have jeopardized the whole plan. And obviously Shizuka is willing to, like, go off plan, but maybe if Shizuka knew about this, she wouldn't have tried to kill us. But if she didn't try and kill us, would we be where we are today, with Lee understanding who she is so well? Anyway, with both Sergei's and Lee's help, we might be able to get everyone out of this. You, me, maybe even Gotham. Yeah, where's Gotham? The Avatar server. It is the host for all Avatars with the exception of Lee. It's located within the playground itself, somewhere inside the dungeon compound of Avatar Ground. That also explains why Shizuka was, like, blasting through guards to get to us in the Wasteland. Access is highly limited. Only avatars with an embedded access key can enter the area without triggering the self-destruct sequence. Remote administration is disabled entirely with the exception of one command, the deletion of all data. It is Sidwell's final trump card. The server is impossibly hard to reach, and even if we tried, he could wipe its data at any time. It would put an end to almost any Avatar in existence, including myself. I need to drink some water here. I'm getting parched from all this sweet backstory. For Shizuka and Gotham, there might have been a slim chance to escape this whole mess, but for me, it was close to impossible. However, Now that Lee is here, things have changed. Because she has an access key embedded, she can reach the Evatar server. Come again? Why does Lee have the key out of all people? Because I tricked Sidwell into giving it to her. I faked a malfunction on Lee's Evatar. I told Sidwell that the best chance to fix it would be to inspect the state of the Evatar and server side by side, while Lee was still connected. However, I wasn't allowed to access the server. As a compromise, I convinced Sidwell to go to the server together with Lee. He attempted to debug the issue while I provided remote support. In order to do that, Lee was given the access key. Despite all the efforts, I told him that the issue could not be fixed. As a final attempt, Lee was relocated to my personal development server, but ultimately, I concluded that she was broken for good. I was tasked with deleting her. Instead, I secretly snuck her back into official game servers, hidden within a small data corruption of the database, one where I was certain that an old colleague would eventually be tasked with looking into it. Oh yes, that data corruption. What the heck? You really did not go easy on me. I had to make sure that not just anyone could fix it, and it worked. Honestly, all of this was a huge gamble, but here you are. You received my message and found me. And now, we need to figure out how Lee can reach the Evatar server before Sidwell has a chance to wipe its data. And I already have a few ideas I'd like to discuss with you in detail, Sergey. Of course. Let's relocate back to the previous room. I get why we're doing this, it's very smart, but there's something funny about having to go from room to room doing this. From here on out, Sergey and I will dive into the technical details. You two probably don't want to stick around for that. Maybe spend some time together as well. Talk it out? She can't talk. Come on, you know what I mean. Do I really have to? Please, dear sister. Fine. Alright. What should we do? Honestly, there's nothing interesting to see in this building, and anyway, I hate it here. Let's just head outside. Cool. How am I doing on time here? I can go a little bit further, I think, before I cut the episode. This whole area is just so terribly delimited. No way to move around. Still, there's a little spot at the lake over there. Let's go there. This is exciting, getting a chance to spend time with your clone. You know, Shizuka, you really need to just spend some time with yourself. This spot is pretty nice, isn't it? Certainly better than anything you'd find in Vermilion Wasteland. Let's sit down for a bit. So what words can you say exactly? Hi, bye, Lee. How, why, wait, sorry. That's it? Must be bothersome. Also, still wearing those horns? So you hate them too? They're the worst, aren't they? That all happened because of a stupid joke. I often complain that horns don't fit the Spheromancer design at all. So of course, one day Sergei gifted them to me. Very funny. And then they'd always log into my account and equip them. Those idiots. And now you ended up with them. Sorry for that. Why? Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Well, at least they left you the scar. Scars are badass. Aw. Guess we both have the same taste. Makes sense. Yeah, so does that mean Shizuka in real life... So I'm not sure if this is an avatar Shizuka is using to log into the playground. Like, she is playing CrossCodes like any player would. I think that's the case. So it's possible that she just, like, likes putting scars on her characters like that. It would also be interesting if in real life she just had a scar there, and I would love to know that story. Hard to know. But you're lucky, you know that? You missed the worst stuff. You didn't have to witness your brother dying in front of you. And the futility of the whole situation. They just kept you in that room all the time. Taking care of you. Sorry. Shut up! Don't be sorry. Honestly, none of this is your fault. If anything, I should apologize for what I did to you. This whole situation, it's been going on for so long already. I just don't know what to do anymore. How much longer can I take this? Oh, how much longer I can take this. Stop that. How can you be like this, after all the things I did to you? It's too soon. Getting all touchy like that. That is nothing like me. Oh, but she's realizing Lee is her own person, though. That Lee has traits that she doesn't have. Because, like, nature versus nurture, you know? Hi. You two are still at it? I think we're done for the most part. Though there's one more thing. Shizuka, how is Gotham doing these days? Well, I didn't speak much with him recently. He's busy designing his levels and flying around in his fancy avatar. He seems content enough. Gotham. It might be especially difficult to get him out of this. We did in fact meet him while we were in the Avatar ground. From what we saw, it looked like he is physically located in the playground. Could that be the case? Yes. Somehow, Sidwell convinced him to do that. So, Gotham, moved to this planet, to this moon, to physically be here. He, took a plane. It is much easier to keep him under control that way. And, well, Gotham was always excited about creating his own worlds. The prospect of experiencing it in person was quite appealing to him. Really, I think he's a lost cause. He's stuck in his fantasy world, playing his little god figure. That blue avatar with orange clothing? Yes, that's him. Oh, that's Gotham? Screw that guy. That is unexpected. He acts like such a different character. That's the whole point. In any case, we should try to figure out if he's on our side with this or not. Shizuka, can you try talking to him about this? Just hinting at what is happening? I can try. Okay, so the blue character that wears the orange gold. So that is... So Gotham is physically here in the flesh, but also when he logs in, he uses that avatar, and as a architect of the game, he got access to a super powered avatar with hacks. Okay. Well then, I think I have a good grasp of the situation now. We will need time for preparations, though. Certainly. If you have any more questions, you know how to reach me. Yes. I am glad I was able to meet both of you again. Same for me. One last thing, though. Yes? Looking at what Sidwell accomplished so far, I'm certain he has specific ways to track your actions. Because of that, please be extra careful if you plan to involve any other player. I will, and I already have my suspects. Well then, goodbye and see you soon. Goodbye. Take care. Bye. You too, Lee. Wow, okay. Well, that went better than expected. Phew. There was a lot to take in, correct? So, what do we do next? Alright, we should head back to the east of Sapphire Ridge. Specifically, to that old dojo, where you got the meteor shade. According to Satoshi, an entrance to Avatar Ground is hidden in that area. I would like to have a look at it. You can use that teleporter for a quick connection to the dojo. Okay, but what if I don't want to do that? No, we'll go straight there. Okay, we are at the old dojo now. The hidden entrance should be somewhere towards the east. Wait. Wait. I think I found it. It's right here. That wall to the east. Let me see if I can open it. Ho-ho! There we go. Let us see what we find in there. This is Italy. If we go through that tunnel, we will reach Vermilion Wasteland. Okay, is this him telling me the, point of no return thing? Lucas, the avatar of him. He is hopefully still over there. If we act fast enough, we might still be able to rescue him. Lee, please stop. Running in there alone and unprepared is destined to fail. Do not worry. I am pretty positive that we will find a way to reach the Avatar server. To be honest, I am more concerned about what comes afterwards. Why? Assuming that we reach the server and manage to make a backup of all the Avatars, we still need a proper environment to run them. A new place for Avatars. And one way or another, we need Instantainment's permission for that. I'm not entirely sure how to tackle this issue yet. Even for an employee like me, it is difficult to reach the right people and to talk to about this. Well, that certainly dampened the mood. I am sorry. There really is no point in worrying about this now. We just have to try our best to see what happens. Waiting it out now is simply not an option. Sorry, I have completely lost my attempted Russian accent with this guy. Let us head back. Oh, yes. One last thing. Could you go to the first Scholar HQ? I would like to try something out. Okay. Then I think there will be a good place to call it for today. I'm happy with getting some episodes lately that aren't 50 minutes long. So, yeah, great backstory, great stuff. I'm the Comic Foil, and until next time, thank you for watching. I'm excited to see how this all fans out. Yeah, so the secret stuff I know about the story, I guess, is going to... I should say, about getting the good ending, I guess that's, coming up here now. That was not the point of no return I thought it was going to be. But that's a good thing, because now I have time to properly prepare. Yeah, sorry, my mind is just, swimming with all the... I guess I will say, it is good that our main goal, pretty much, is to save the Avatars, because I agree in this, metaphysical philosophy, metaphilosophical sense that, Avatars didn't choose to be created, and even though this was probably really unethical to make them in such a way, you can't just delete consciousnesses like this without it being murder. So, this copy of Lucas, deserves to live, deserves to, get to decide what he wants to be, and so on. So, yeah, we will, start on that next time. Comic Foil, signing out.